Happy Friday, guys. Welcome to the Weekly Talkthrough. I'm Katie, joined by Evan and Matt. We're going to go over some of the top stories in gaming and esports this week.
I could use a swift one, maybe. Just a
real nice quick one.
Approximately, what, 130 pounds?
130?
I weigh 130
I'm flattered.
You're skinny. Oh. Going on, though, I think we have a little something going on with Battlegrounds.
Yeah, PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds. Big story coming out this week. At Gamescom, they're going to be releasing a couple cosmetic items through chests, and the first two will be free. And then going forward, you'll be able to purchase keys to unlock the crates, and those keys will be, a couple bucks. Reddit not happy about this news. Reddit's not happy about this news. PlayerUnknown himself had come out and said they wouldn't be looking to do microtransactions until the game came out of early access. So people not really happy with it right now.
People are pretty pissed, but honestly, this is all cosmetic items, right? It doesn't affect gameplay.
Yeah, I don't really get it, to be honest. People, it's not like you're going to be better than anybody else because you have a skin or because you're dressed a different, certain different way. I think people overreact a lot of the time just because they don't want their favorite developers and companies to become over-corporatized and that whole issue. But I don't know. I think everybody needs to calm down. I think it's great that they're adding more development to a really, really popular game. That's just.
I have a feeling they'll probably chill out once the weekend's over. Anger like this usually doesn't last very long. Next up, big news out of Overwatch. We have more information on the Overwatch League. Specifically, what's going to be going on with the players. We've got new information that they have $50,000 salaries, which is not a bad base to be starting with as a competitive esports player. Yeah. And they're required to be signed for 1-year contracts that can be extended out another year. They're getting health insurance, they're getting retirement savings plans, which many of them are so young, I imagine, is not anywhere in their minds. So it's great on Overwatch to be doing that. They're also going to get 50% of their team's performance bonuses. So 50% of any money that they win through the tournaments is going to go back to their players.
Yeah, I think one of the most interesting things about this is sort of the contract situation. Blizzard has come out and said every Overwatch player is now a free agent. Of course, for the plebs like us, maybe not so much. But as far as players that are signed to other organizations, they're going to be looking at their contracts and they're going to be thinking about where they want to be in a couple months.
Yeah, I think this is awesome. Honestly, I love seeing esports take after some of the concepts that go on in traditional sports, having salaried employees, real actual players, getting enough money to support themselves, free housing, unbelievable. I mean, I don't know about you guys, I would love to make $50K a year playing.
It's also, of course, good news for Overwatch's competitive scene, which has been seeing a lot of setbacks in the community, a lot of players leaving it, a lot of bad news, and this is certainly good news amid all of that. But last but not least, on a not so happy note, I don't think a certain someone's having a great time in League of Legends right now.
Yeah, if you watch the LCS, I'm a big CLG fan, and I'm sure you've heard about the roster shakeup involving Joshua Dardoch Hartnett. Recently, CLG released a poignant, we'll call it, press release detailing their intentions to swap Dardoch for their challenger scene jungler, whose name is Omar God Amin. I like to call this good old-fashioned spicy drama. The press statement opens with, over the course of the split, we found that Joshua Dardoch Hartnett did not align with our focus on teamwork and culture. We therefore brought in Omar God Amin as part of a 6-man roster in order to show Dardoch what a group of 5 people invested in teamwork can accomplish.
Ouch.
Yeah.
They didn't mince their words. That was not subtle, even a little bit.
No, not at all. Dardoch is known for having some toxicity and bad attitude problems in the league scene. He was critiqued very heavily when he used to play for Liquid. Regardless, I think it's interesting that, CLG, in such a strong position that they are right now in the LCS, decided to do this regardless.
Right, and to make such an aggressive statement about it. This could have been a very bland, run-of-the-mill press release stating that he was being swapped out, and people wouldn't have thought, A little much because they are doing so well, but it wouldn't be getting the play it is now because it was so directly critical of one of their players.
Yeah, and I mean, look, we're talking about a first-place team here.
Right.
Overperforming to expectations, and to make a roster move like this, so you got to question it a little bit.
Yeah, I'm excited to see what Omar can do. I've heard he's quite a really good challenger player, although I don't know if he's made more than 1 or 2 appearances in the LCS so far. So hopefully, as a CLG fan, they keep kicking butt.
We'll have to see.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining us, guys. I'm Katie, joined by Evan and Matt. Have a wonderful weekend. Stay tuned for next week's Weekly Talkthrough.